Vitality make, but you got to argue then, they've obviously gone for Zipan for some form of information gathering, right? But the Breach would just be better if you're going to look to stack these rounds on defense. We'll have to see how it plays out, but you got to argue there that the Breach would be a more comfortable pick.
We'll check back in on that. Let me just make note, and we'll see how we feel about it once this game develops. Already, speaking of developing, though, it looks like that Alien's coming in. Yes, a little noted presence towards that B side.
And their preference lies here, time and time again,
yes,
for split Vitality.
And on the other side, greeting it is a fair few players. We're not the only ones aware of this. 3 from Na'Vi will be ready to greet them. CNED's there. Xiao tucked into the corner, and Zipan first. Information finder committed.
I was going to say, actually, with Twiston and Bone Cold over towards mid, you're not expecting this hit to come through very quickly. Now they're regrouping. Information will be confirmed here by Zipan. No rotation as of yet, though. Happy for this hold here, on, I guess, on the back of Xiao's utility.
But they've got to make a go of this soon, and here it comes. Let's see how this works out. How much pressure can they get towards the site? Xiao's been deleted. Lovely work from Bone Cold. Used to be just the Sheriff you look good on, but a classic ain't too bad either. Now, yes, Zipan was here early! And that's 3 right back to them. Support in place, Sugetsu by his side.
Wow.
Na'Vi's back line looks immovable.
And again, the first 2 hurdles with relative ease. I think the gravity well even catches 2 people. Bone Cold didn't catch the vulnerability, so again, a little bit of a unfortunate circumstance there. Bone Cold just sweeps through, though. After that, Zipan holds his ground. And again, no overinvestment there. He doesn't swing out. He's not desperate to really find this. Spacing not ideal from CNED, no.
Spike down A.
Beautiful second of the twist in here. And
1 enemy remaining.
again, by this point, it's bought so much time. Na'Vi are able to actually get this rotation across. So Na'Vi 1-0 up. Sugetsu actually going for a spam through his wall. Catches CNED, picks up. Second point of contact and the third. Twiston finally responds, but down to 16 HP. Sender finally rejoins his teammate through sewers. It'll be difficult for them to really find anything else in this.
You can already see Na'Vi preparing, spotting out both players now. So again, Na'Vi not known to make mistakes in these scenarios, quite disciplined. And you can see already how deep they are sitting on this. There is no easy, comfortable kill to be had. No one is willing to take those easy fights, one sent deep towards CT, the other all the way back round towards the CT side of A. And again, you've got that B main control as well. So they're giving them just enough rope.
Cage trigger.
I think Angel getting that information. And Sugetsu going to be put to task. Yeah, Twiston already low, and you can imagine, yeah, Sender not too far behind. So this is going to be one that feels pretty much done for, and is very clean round there. CNED having a nice little fun time in mid.
Absolutely, yeah, and the one thing that's concerning, I think looking back to the FUT series, I believe, Vitality didn't win a single pistol. And again, we've had this conversation before. There's lots of people that kind of speculate as to how big an issue it is, but the problem being, there was a couple of bonus rounds that are converted on top of that, and those are the concerning ones. If you can convert the third out of it, and here with 4 surviving for Na'Vi, you've got to say they've got a pretty good shot at it. Look at this inventory here.
It's fabulous, isn't it? Switching between the Guardian, Phantom, not sure quite what they're going for.
I think this actually enables the operator purchase if he goes with the Guardian, but settles for the Vandal instead.
That's a fair enough choice. Couple of Bulldogs as well. On the other side, they do have the purchase here. And this is when I want to find out how this looks. Once again, looking like they want to hit that A site. It's a high preference for this side, but the awareness from Na'Vi seems highly focused towards it. And again, yes, they're well aware they are here. Wonder when they pull over that third player. For now, happy with just the 2, trying to hold on to
Look at this anti-twist and trip.
It is. It's purely for him. And we kind of noted this may be a comp that's a little tailor-made for him to deal with him. And he has been genuinely a problem. The guy has been quite something to watch, actually. Zipan caught off guard a touch, maybe out of position, and a lovely little piece from Twiston there. Kind of diverting up towards heaven, going to find Sugetsu, and that's the site now looking very vulnerable. Yes, Angel's still here, but what can one man do? We're going to find out not a great deal. Sets up Xiao for a chance, but it's not clean enough. Mozzie down low, but the site's theirs, and the spike plant should be soon to follow.
A 2v4 now, call it really a 1v4 with Xiao's HP. As good as dead in this scenario. So you're going to try and isolate Sender here, though.
Sender's very aware. Okay, first step found. Aware of Twiston. Oh lord, this is vintage CNED. The double stack spots think he might have an idea. CNED testing, toying, and almost winning. Bone Cold keeps composure, keeps cool in the end, but that got way too dangerous.
Heroics from CNED.
What an
I think
attempt.
it's Sender the one to really shut down any possibility of Na'Vi fighting back through. I mean, if Xiao's got anything more than 5 HP there.
Could have been...
A fighting chance towards elbow could have been the deciding factor.
Let's do this again. And again, diverting through heaven here worked so well for them. It looked so aware of maybe Twiston was going to go for that burst towards the site, but no, up towards heaven and took that control quite comfortably. Probably frustration from the other side getting caught there just off the back of the dog, nowhere to really fall to. Couldn't particularly flash out of it. They'd already taken that space so well. And similar scenes, but a new look this time. Already got CNED posted up towards that side, but back to more of a traditional approach. Angel finding Twiston for free. There is no one to follow this up just yet. Bone Cold held back a little bit more. CNED ready towards heaven. Na'Vi now preparing it, bolstering the numbers and locking out Vitality down to just one. And ain't gonna get much for it this time. Angel says not today.
We talk about, obviously, Vitality's preference towards the A site, and I'm curious, actually, of how many times Na'Vi are going to stack a third player with the Cypher setup. Again, it's not really criticism towards Twiston, but there are a number of times where he's so self-sufficient that he can be kind of 2 or 3 steps ahead of the rest of his team. Molesey's that second layer to kind of satchel in. But if they can isolate that kill time and time again, that's when it kind of becomes very concerning.
And yeah, we noted the additional man being CNED this time, just posted up towards heaven. But it does feel as though, okay, well, when are they going to have to go to the rest of the map? It does once again seem. They're trying to at least sell this picture that there is presence elsewhere on the map. As you can see, Destrian here desperately draw that attention, but this is only a pistol round. Do have the rifle sound center.
Maybe the here, though, if Twiston can get this orb. I don't doubt Angel's going to contest it at least, but Angel's fallen here.
Okay. Fortunately enough, for at least Na'Vi, they catch Sender wandering in. Now Twiston does pop the Blade Storm. There's a little bit more bite to this one. Molesey's got to be careful, but the spike's going to make its way over. No, it's not. Zipan with a dirty deep angle there, finding Molesey. Seekers going to make things more problematic, and we need Twiston to do well here. Trying to work off the back of those. Seekers can't do it. CNED and Zipan in combination. Lovely work. Very concise from Na'Vi. Even after that initial threat of Angel falling, they're right there. Yeah,
because again, you argue the same thing, right? He's the worst person to die first in this composition. If you're playing for those kill traps, obviously, whether it's Angel or somebody else to swing off them, don't really want to see him drop first. So Sender actually isolating that one. Vitality going to pump the brakes very early on here on split.
I think they're feeling quite red right now. The additional man on the side, a couple of
Absolutely,
other issues. How do you adjust out of that if that's such a strong preference for them?
Again, this comes back to another conversation that Lothar was kind of hinting at, is actually, other than raw power, brute force and ignorance, what do Twiston and Molesey really have to play with? This composition kind of relies on Vitality death balling towards the site, maybe Destrian lurking a few times, trying to catch favorable timing on mid, but again, when you're playing against a Viper, early rounding versus a Viper in mid just never feels comfortable on the attacking side of split.
No, you can see Zala really going through the options as best he can here. A couple more seconds to try and talk it through, but they do need to find that adjustment.
Hey, I'm not convinced, spreading thin on the default is actually the response here. Destrian maybe wants to toy a little more with this B main pressure.
Maybe.
Again, how do you force a rotation against a composition that Na'Vi have kind of catered to receive Vitality's approach to split?
Yeah, we're going to see what they do. It may not even be in this round that you see it. Yes, it is after the back of the timeout, but that can always be a little bit funky.
Yeah.
They can always change things up, so we have to kind of wait for that longer reward of that timeout as to what they're going to do. Now, we did see, as noted, I think it was Destrian, toying with that B presence, but that wasn't the pistol with the upgrade of one rifle and the Blade Storm. So, again, this could be just a lesson learned, trying to be a bit of a fact finder in that previous round. And a proactive stance from CNED over towards A. The flash confirming there is other players towards middle. So Sugetsu now on red alert.
Na'Vi reading perfectly out of the timeout as well. That Vitality are going to try and approach this round a little differently. You can spot on the minimap actually if Bone Cold was sighted in B main, but at least holding fairly deep right now. And actually getting ahead of the snakebite a little bit. Vitality actually bursting through here. Twiston will find one into Zipan.
Huge value for Twiston. He needs a little bit of support. Maybe he doesn't. Singular brilliance from this man. The follow-up not going to happen. Angel wins out towards heaven. Going to pop the ult. Should get the full picture now. challenge, and Multi
there.
loses that one. He has to go away with a tail between his legs. It was on 1 HP there. Does get the heal off Bone Cold, but now into the post plant we go. 3 still standing against the 4. Make it 3 now. Angel doing well for himself. Cena gonna pop the Blade Storm. Bone Cold needs it. Can't get it. It's messy. Destrian with the trade, but it's still a 2v2. Time is ticking. Angel goes down, and that's just Sugetsu. Can't handle it in the end. The adjustment worked. That burst towards heaven was lovely.
But this is exactly what I'm talking about. This kind of relies on Twiston being self-sufficient. It's that feast or famine kind of ethos, yeah.
Wow.
But he's so far ahead of any second peak from his teammates.
It's the first one. I'm like, cool, okay, he's done great on that first. This, brilliant. The rest of his team are just coming up towards heaven, just towards B main. It's so much on him. And fair play to the man. He does deliver on it, right? Like, that is a very precarious win condition to depend on, though. Okay, Twiston, get us to every round.
Hey, this map is where it's worked time and time again for Vitality, though. Twiston's been good for it. Cena, though, going to get the operator online here.
Cage triggered.
Maybe look to actually start controlling mid a little differently. But Vitality continuing with this trend to explore elsewhere. To test Xiao's hold towards B main.
I do like the idea of Cena on the operator, though, because he can be left to his own devices a little bit more towards middle if he wants to. So I wonder how quickly do they adjust to get back over towards helping out Xiao here.
Twiston just looking to burst once again. Zipan's found Sender, though. That's very early on. Twiston!
How's he so good at this?
Sugetsu's dropped.
It's actually ridiculous how talented that man is for the monsters on the site. Cena with one already. Spike now down. Timing's unfortunate, but the double swing was fantastic from Vitality. Now there's problems. Angel, there's a rocket flying your way. Nothing much to do but die in that one. Vitality have found an answer. And precarious, volatile, dangerous, statistically out of sorts. Credit to Twiston again. Second time he's found these entries. And they have not been easy for him by any means, but both of them have converted into a round now.
And particularly starting on split here, I think you look at the numbers again from the previous series. I think Twiston only came out positive in one head-to-head overall. I mean, QT absolutely outclassed him. So to have him come in here, start on split, and be playing like this is a huge positive for Vitality as the series progresses. So now actually forcing the hand of Na'Vi to look towards some kind of adaptation. And right as we say that, look at the minimap.
It's a good call. Kind of get them accustomed to having to deal with that now. B presence, mid presence, and still confirming there is something there, right? So they have to be a little bit cautious of what Destrian can do, because his lurk now becomes way more deadly. Right, this is when he can maybe find some value, and Cena drawn back to this, called back to attention. He can't rotate earlier, faster now. So this comes down a lot towards Angel, a lot towards Zipan. Zipan's been wonderful though. Very, very good at this so far. Now, Cena's decided to join them. Spots the players, it's messy. It's not pretty enough.
Yeah, the double swing was a little off time in there. CNED will respond, but still many bodies left to find here. Yeah, so don't shoulder that again, buddy.
Oh, the paranoia was, the support system there from Sugetsu. Saves CNED, essentially. And now...
Destrian actually regroups on side here, but Twiston in no man's land.
Just drifting. Destrian and Morsey, what do you do? Okay, one by pillar, one backside. What's Morsey got? Not much. Okay, well, Destrian's position's noted, but they've lost CNED for it. And now Morsey gets the next layer of contact. They can sit a little deeper here. It's getting dangerous, sure, but time is still on their side. The shots aren't coming through, and now Xiao left with it all to do. At 1v2, one shot's great.
Oh my God!
Second from Xiao. Has he got the time?
It should be fairly comfortable.
Just about on the time here. I think he's fine on this one. Fantastic round from Xiao. That looked all but lost. Vitality flipping the script to what looked like a great attempt towards A, but just gets individually handled by Xiao himself.
Wow, what a crazy back and forth. CNED finding a couple of freebies, I gotta say it. Sugetsu, though, bails him out to keep him alive in this round. Great response here. The reactionary paranoia from Destrian. Beautiful. To try and isolate that kill.
And it would have worked.
We're worried about Sender kind of shouldering that, but actually the confirmation on the back of that, immediately Destrian's there with the support. And then actually TP's back towards site.
Really impressive.
Twiston's going for the updraft here.
There we go. Twiston, where are we off to?
Get out of my way.
Oh. And I guess they're waiting for a little bit more pressure to come through. Now he has a little look. Nothing's there. Now, remember, we had seen CNED earlier kind of showing a little bit more leg towards ramp, trying to be a little bit more present. This has fully facilitated this push up to this point. Now, how do they handle this? So rotations are on the way. 2 more players coming over.
Very early, Xiao and Sugetsu, actually. there's a gap in mid here if Vitality do want to kind of pivot away from this.
I know
Zip, and the timing's not there for him. Angel, quick snap with the follow-up. Second claim, Bone Cold down 5 HP, but he's trying to find desperate information to work off. Sender bests him. But now, 3v3. Spike yet to go down, but it should be on the way. Destrian dipping towards the side, but it's Sugetsu once again finding Twisted kind of in between a rock and a hard place. Putting it all into the hands of Sender in the 1v2. Both towards CT and not a shot in hell. Sugetsu finds him.
Navi desperate to prevent the spike going down in so many of these rounds. Happy to catch an early rotation, get bodies in place, and literally play, you know, potentially a 3v4 or a 4v5 ahead of Vitality even hitting the site. I mean, Zipan's unlucky here, to be honest. Half a second earlier, he's probably good for 1 or 2 in that situation.
Well played, Angel. Good ball.
And yeah, rightfully said, Angel goes huge to find 2 kills there. Confirmation with the neural theft behind, again, removing the possibility of any lurk coming through from Destrian or Sender. Well, I had a chat with one of the French casters.
Yeah, talk to me.
Just before we came on.
Yeah, how'd that go?
He was like, Series 2, what do you think? I was like, yeah, 2-0, 2-1 maybe, but should be a relatively smooth one. He was like, no tech pauses today.
Oh.
I went, no, I don't think so, actually, no.
Should I have a little look down? I do see an admin behind Navi. Let me get out my chair.
CNET's causing problems again.
It's always CNET. He's a troublemaker, he is. It does look like it might. Yeah, no, Vitality at... there's admins on both sides, hold on.
It's all kicking off.
It's all gone P-Tong. Looking. Okay, so we're just going to find out what it is. Looks like it's just a little chat from one of the players with the ref, so it shouldn't be too much of a bother. Hopefully that'll be resolved quickly enough.
I can see Angel laughing it off as well, so it's obviously not that big a deal.
Nah.
Well, probably actually very severe, and Angel's still laughing it off.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him.
No.
Something has gone deathly wrong, and he's just like, yes.
Let's play.
That wasn't a bad impression, honestly. Yeah, you don't do them often, but that was quite good. It's cheerful. Oh, snap time. It's always nice.
It is, yeah. It is an outrageous record so far.
Oh, what a timeout.
Because this has started since like Masters Berlin.
Oh, we've never known peace.
No.
Never. Well, maybe it's time to start a podcast up. I am worried when I see players talking during tech pauses though, because it feels like it might be a long one. Hold on. Come on now.
Angel's being told strictly not to touch his keyboard.
Yeah. He's having a chat. Does look as though everything
We're
is...
out.
Tickety-boo, we are back on the way. Thank you for the patience. No idea, in the end, what happened.
Just to note as well, there's another couple of really weird...
Oh.
I've seen it. Catching Destrian on the attempt potentially to bait that TP out, but punished off the rip. Rez is available.
Look at this.
This literally looks like a bronze lobby setup for a cyber. It's like... But it's all targeted towards Molesey's, you know, pathing on the satchels and also Twiston's dash, and they obviously haven't got the res yet. Maybe looking for a kill or something to capitalize on. Bone Cold slipped the net here.
Yeah. Oh my word, he's gone really far. Now Sugetsu does get him in the end, but that has certainly weakened the side hold. This kind of isolates Sugetsu to his own Viper's Pit. They can plant around this. Seekers have gone in though, and it's the right time to strike! Sugetsu, where did you get that third from in that end? What?
That was outrageous from Sugetsu. There's not a single player considering the possibility Sugetsu's going to swing out of that pit. Wow.
Great timing off the Seekers.
Beautiful adjustment on the second. Was it the second onto Molesey?
Let's have a look. Here it is.
That's ridiculous.
I'm playing.
And yeah, curious really, with Bone Cold digging, I guess the lack of weaponry here, they're looking for a kill or two, potentially get those weapon upgrades to get Destrian back, but you're hitting a site on a half buy and eco round without the smokes, and it's difficult. CNED now looking to go explore and establish his dominance as the Jet in this lobby, but Twiston back on his feet.
Yep. Second chance at life here. I do enjoy watching CNED evolve.
It's always a joy.
It's one of those treats. Now, actually, Sender's been caught. Maybe some
I think through the
unfortunate
cage
timing.
as well, actually.
And as it stands, you can see the backfill from CNED clearing over. No one else is there, so they should be able to drift back through with some relative confidence that it's going to be that either mid or that B
Show me the
coming in.
setup.
Here it is. That's the crowd, but thank you, Mel. It's quite unpleasant.
Again, Twiston loves this dash up to the top, but he's actually not going to do it here.
Fair enough. He's managed to avoid the weirdness of it, but Sugetsu's still going to find him for one. Now, Bone Cold with an attempted plant. You can see Angel getting curious, getting closer, and actually going to get the catch too. Finds Bone Cold, looking for follow-up here. Molesy now noted. Gonna be cautious of Heaven. Timing should be good for CNED here. Shot goes astray. Destrian's got a new lease of life, but it's very short.
He's not going off the defuse. It didn't bump him off.
Angel's just got like, what are his hands made of? How's he held on to that? He just got bopped off it.
I think it moved him from one side of the spike to the other, and he was just holding it the whole time.
Oh, that's gutting, isn't it? One day these weird traps will work too, and I will find happiness.
I don't often wish for Twiston not to be successful on an entry, but I do want to see him just caught mid-air. Yeah, it's as soon as this cage gets popped. And to be honest, Sender hasn't been drifting ahead of those too often, so...
Where's the boop? Didn't think it's it.
See, unfortunately, this looking like it might even be a 9-3. Again, the purchase comes through. It's a Guardian for Sender.
Oh, this is so dangerous. CNED, he's getting away with it again. His entry work has been quite incredible, and the follow-up as well. Yeah. That's a rough 2 to lose early on.
And this is a concern I was talking about. I didn't think the solution would be to spread thin in a default here, because there are some key stakeholders in terms of making this composition work. Again, you need Twiston to be self-sufficient. You need to make the same argument for Molesy as well, to be honest with you. And with him falling, Destrian as well now, hit the site with no smokes.
Looks like they're trying to filter through middle. The 3 that remain. CNED's still there. Just saw a barrel, took the shot. Didn't get what he wanted, but the smoke will follow as well. Just gonna hinder the pace. They're looking for options, but they're really not being given many here.
But look at how they have to approach this now. It's shouldering every single angle just to try and bait CNED out, or at least spot his reposition.
30 seconds left.
They're running the clock so low, and they still haven't cleared this. CNED. Shot goes astray. Okay. Oh, bloody hell, Shout. Sharp as ever. Twiston does get the trade for it. Sender gets found, and Twiston falls unceremoniously. It will be 9-3, and quite a clear lead here. Now, upon review, though, a couple of rounds that certainly stood out, at least, were the ones where Twiston was able to get those entries, right? Those two hits that came through. It
goes without saying, this season, Twiston has been individually a massive win condition for this team. But again, where this sort of composition, this approach to split, kind of feels one-dimensional. Is okay, cool. If Twiston can't get ahead of everything, catch the defending team off guard, and find maybe 1, potentially 2 kills in situations that completely blows the site wide open, what else do you do?
What's the next layer?
Yeah.
What's the next
Because there's no utility for you to set up this wide default. You know, you can't really pressure both extremities. No. You can't have a flash in one side and somebody else, you know, smoking off and Twiston dashing in. You don't really have any map control unless you hit a site together.
Yeah, we saw them attempt it almost with Destrian, right? But then again, they're still needed on the other side of the map. So you're absolutely right on that. Now, again, this is one of the harder things I'd say about playing Navi is their ability to be so aware of this. From the very start, having that additional man cheated over towards the other side that they had. Vitality knew that they loved to hit towards it. It worked a couple of times, I think 2 of the 3 rounds.
Yeah, just to say, we didn't see any rounds that really rode on the back of Angel's utility.
No.
There weren't anywhere, I can maybe count 1 or 2 kills off the trips alone, but for that not to be so prominent really actually paints a bad picture for Vitality's attack here. And historically, it's been fantastic.
It has been. Even in their adjustments, though, it felt like Navi were that step ahead. And that's what scares me. Wait, we've got Stevie down there. Oh.
Hey.
Oh. He's only a treat for only people in-house. If you come down here, you get to hear...
We should get more screen time with Stevie, actually.
True. Honestly?
Should I get him up here for a cast?
You think so?
Yeah.
It's his time.
If he can gas us up the way he gasses the crowd up.
Oh,
Take us to the next level.
Can you stop just like teeing up people to steal my job?
Like,
well,
relax. To join us.
No, he'll outshine me. See the way he dresses. I
think the crowd would love to see Stevie up here.
Oh, okay, yeah, for the crowd.
Yeah.
You're a man of the people. That's you. But the second half is now posing a bit of an issue overall, though, because they are working with very few rounds. Na'Vi seem extremely well prepared. This is meant to be probably Vitality's very good shot at doing some damage. This is now going to get quite scary going with only 3 to your name. This is going to be a very uphill struggle.
Yeah, it is. You're at such a deficit here where actually the same sort of arguments we make about how approaching split, and you've got to say, if you're going to ask for a Jet to be self-sufficient, CNED's going to be the go-to guy, right? Especially having the confidence, the momentum built with how that defensive half went. I mean, Vitality are going to need a pistol.
Ooh.
And again, this is, I don't ever want to come back to this, but it does become concerning when you enter a half 9-3.
Oh, 100%.
And you need one.
Yeah, no,
and the round 2, and then the round 3, and
it's kind of wild to me because you have someone like Bone Cold, who to me always classically was just literally the pistolero. This guy was the one and only with the sheriff back in the day. A bit of anything. He was always so god tier with it. So it's crazy that doesn't kind of bleed through to the rest of the team. But Sugetsu doing some nice ice carving here.
Sender and Twisted are 2 of the best pistol players as well. Sender is nuts with a sheriff.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy, right? You think surely that combined would at least give them some sort of benefit to it. Not been the case, but Na'Vi making no real secrets of their presence here. So only real confirmation so far is the Skydog coming out. CNED's gone a little further ahead.
I mean, that's huge. They baited out the paranoia, and I think for Na'Vi, that's a huge win, considering the progress elsewhere with Xiao and Angel. Very high flash, and actually, Angel tries to capitalize, but obviously shuts him down.
And the rest of Vitality are actually here as well. This is good. But now let's look at CNED's lurk, because he was kind of posted up early. Gets found as well. Twisted, brilliant comeback, seemingly actually aware of the chance of it. And it does look like a B finish, but Cam in place. Sender not clean on that. And Xiao chipping him down as well, but it's going to call everyone over. He's hit the alarm button, and he's got support now. So between Zipan and Xiao, quite a difficult round to make much happen for themselves here.
Yeah, there's only Sender tagged up as well. 14 seconds left.
Yeah. Okay, that'll be only Twiston falling, but Twiston did some great damage this round as well.
Definitely,
so towards that Blade Storm quite early on, and Vitality win a pistol.
Absolutely, and they're so quick with this rotation. I think as well, probably identifying the same issues. Like, we send the paranoia, we don't get anything on it, and actually reading that rotation. I'm not sure if they caught any of the steps through sewer, but they're here so quickly to try and shut down this mid-split from Na'Vi. Yeah, Angel desperate to capitalize on that flash. Molesy able to find a key kill to really slow things down. I think starting initially, it was only Bone Cold there towards A. So he puts the wall down, there's a little bit of pressure behind it. Maybe here's 1 or 2 people, I'm not sure, but that's what pulls initially Twiston and Destrian over towards A Heaven.
And the only couple of upgrades come through for Zipan, CNED, and Sugetsu. Oh,
that's not a good start.
Oh,
CNED, snappy with it.
Oh. It just feels like vengeance anytime you take down Bone Cold with the Sheriff, but now Molesy going to try and fill the void a little. Paint Shot's good.
Angel, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Angel couldn't quite make it away.
They don't get the weapon either. He's only a Spectre, but
something. The rest of the map's already been. Oh my word! Wait, are we gonna have a battle in sewer? We actually might. Oh, the timing's atrocious. Twiston just catching the heels there. Xiao never stood a chance, and he can fall away from this now. That's very indicative, quite telling.
Well, it's telling that Angel falls that there's no cam outside A main, there's no trip there, so they can go exploring here. So credit to Vitality of identifying that point of weakness on the side of Na'Vi in this round. Capitalizing very quickly. So you've seen it, is he still considering going for the Spectre? He's going to make his way through vents regardless.
Yeah, there is utility in the way though, so he will be noted.
Left.
Now.
Ratty camera. I'll spot both of the players, noting the CNED's not there. Puts Twiston on alert. Really, I like the discipline from Vitality though. They don't want to give up numbers here, and absolutely correctly. Zipan, where did he just get 2 from? He's got time for a plant.
Hopefully he can't get this rifle up. No, he's just going to try and get it. Molesy going to seal the deal. Zipan, man.
Zipan making something out of nothing.
That second kill was so quick after the first as well.
If we have a replay of that, ooh, wouldn't mind seeing that. And that's, I mean, Zipan's got his ult now as well from that, surely. This was the start from CNED. Little catch towards sewers for Twiston. Thought it was all over almost at this point, didn't you? But oh,
Spike down A.
ooh.
10
All right,
seconds left.
Zipan. Okay, Logitech G power up round. Let's see. Now, look. Oh,
I can see smiles all across the audience.
Yeah, they love it. They love a tech timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too.
Do you?
Yeah.
What about it do you love the most?
Getting to talk more about the game.
Please, then dive in on this second
This
half,
has been
Michael.
a riveting start.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about it's really enamored you here?
Round 2 particularly.
Oh, what about it? Expand. Compare and
That
contrast.
first kill.
The first one.
Honestly,
Just
I'll remember that one for hours to come.
in absolute rapture.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
But let's look at the positives.
Which ones?
Vitality winning pistol.
That's true.
Round 2 it got dicey, but
That's
round 2
why
on the
there's a
board.
tech pause. They're like, something's wrong.
There's something must have been. There's a glitch in the matrix.
Something has gone terribly wrong. Are we back in game?
It looks like we're back in game, yeah.
Oh, see, it's fine.
And Tristan actually getting early progress towards the Bladestorm. This
Pretty big.
isn't a comfortable purchase outside of that.
Oh, Molsey's not. He's actually done quite well to get a little bit of progress going for himself too.
A rifle and a Spectre though. So Navi definitely coming into this with a huge advantage. Twiston. Oh.
How has he won that? How has Sugetsu won that one? He was backpedaling away, and it looked so right for Twiston.
Unfortunate start to this one. See, Sugetsu can actually regroup here and catch his heel, and Zipan, I guess, anticipating some further aggression in towards Suez actually. Sender's found CNED, but only gets away with 35 HP. Will catch the heel off Bone Cold. Angel desperately trying to backfill that.
I get nervous when the round feels weird. It's got a weird feeling.
It's had a weird start.
It's had a weird start. It's
Sender
okay.
actually double dipping towards Vents here.
It's all right now. Okay, just keep your eyes on Molsey. Molsey's the man who can do the danger, he do the damage. He ain't nearby. He's over towards B.
Bone Cold definitely going to have his hands full here.
Look, I'm a believer in Bone Cold. I'm part of the gang, but this is a lot to ask. 35 seconds.
Just catches a glimpse of Shao, but unable to do any damage here. We've got to be conscious. Again, he's very paranoid of any further progress towards Heaven. Molsey the same. Destrin and Molsey are still clearing mid right now. Trying to maybe isolate Angel, but he's retreated all the way to the back lines.
Okay. I just feel like they have so little time to clear 4 players.
This is taking a long time to get towards site.
Yeah. They have nothing to really propel them forward either, particularly. Yeah, Bone Cold going to step through on CT. It's not looking likely. Destrin, yes, will find one, but Molsey left in a 1v3. No real time to do anything with
the
this.
exits would be huge here for Molsey if he swings onto this.
Does he have the time?
No. Oh. So gets you back down to like 15 HP again. See, nice conversion, 3 left standing for Navi as well, so a little buffer in terms of the finances here. Twiston did burn up the Bladestorm. You noticed as well, good progress from Molsey, but that showstopper's still not there yet. Wondering if actually they can spread the funds. Sugetsu at 28.50, I don't know if he can sell a piece of utility. Yeah, it looks like Twiston's got Sugetsu banged to rights there.
Absolutely. Halfway into his grave,
One
but
enemy remaining.
not a problem for him. 10-5 now. Double digits have been achieved by Navi. Purchase will be at least conceding in some areas. We are going to see the Guardian come out. You noted the one was a little lower on funds, and that has...
Again, Xiao's been playing some of these attacking rounds slower than Angel, so again, if he's going to backline with that Guardian, make use of his utility, absolutely fine with that.
All right, Twiston operator. Saw CNED having time of his life before. And he actually gets the assist from that, and okay.
Look at that confirmation.
Okay.
Beautiful. Molsey tries to bait himself onto the Trailblazer to play Twiston in, but Angel spots it out with the spy cam as well.
So meticulous to even still go through that, right? That's wonderful.
I think that's the indicator. They spot the operator, they spot the second duelist as well. They know where that pressure is going to be coming from Vitality on this defense.
And here comes the crunch Shao though, back line, and that Guardian not up to task. Does a lot of damage, yes, but now the map feels weird. And is Sugetsu ready for the walkout? No, not at all. Completely unaware of the possibility, but now Bone Cold taking a look back here. In the meantime, yes, they did get the plant down, but it's only 3 of them. And Bone Cold still finding fights. Couldn't quite follow up towards CNED, but it's the 2v4.
A flash
it was
available.
a 5. I get scared when it's these two, though. Flash back up for Zipan. And they are individual in this. They are not playing together by any means. CNED being kept in check by Destrian. Zipan's gone down. CNED now not going to be able to do it. Vitality slowly constricting in on Na'Vi. And this will give them a 6th, 4 alive as well. Very good round here from Vitality.
Again, this is how you expect them to have to play this, right? It's almost what we wanted to see on the attack. They're stacked up, they're taking their time. It's very, very composed in terms of approaching that retake. Couple of key engagements going their way, though. First of all, the kill towards Xiao, then Sugetsu as well. Yeah, CNED almost knows that one's lost. Good stuff from Vitality here.
Behave. Is this just a normal timeout?
No, it's a normal timeout.
I feel like we've had one every round.
Navi have called this one. Yeah, there you go.
CNED looks unhappy with it.
Yeah, I mean, it must feel a little frustrated in a minute if you're in a position where you can't really capitalize on some of the advantages that Navi can create early on. Again, that's such huge information to find Molzy and Twiston, and not just being Twiston, but an operator on the defense. And there's no chance of that pressure coming back through mid. They have to funnel all the way back through A heaven. Again, by the time Navi are hitting sight, you look at the minimap and you're thinking, Vitality, if they aren't quick to this, the clock will decide this one.
Yeah.
In that regard, Bone Cold and Destrian, huge props to them.
Seemed very vocal in this timeout as well, actually. Interesting. Between the coach, Angel, everyone else. CNED having a fair amount of input towards that, but held at 10 for now. Vitality doing kind of what we asked them to. We said, pick up a pistol, cool, all right, yeah, you didn't manage the third, that's fine, but you went right back to business, and you did it cleanly. This is not bad. Now, it could all fall to pieces in the matter of one round, but as it stands, they're making a damn good go of this.
Tristan trying to find something in B main. Forced off, I think, initially with the spam, but no tag, no damage comes through. This double duelist setup now drifting towards B site to complement Sender's utility. See if Na'Vi can actually garner this information and make a decision that favors them. There is that trip, obviously, in towards Vents. Bone Cold and Destrian up towards Heaven on 8. But yeah, nothing shown from Vitality here.
No, putting full faith in the utility that Na'Vi have put down early on to try and keep them safe in this. Twist, and that looked like he was on the money. So the popped. Oh my god, that's two. Molzy finding Zipan and CNED. And with Sender in this very unorthodox position, finding more than enough value. Vitality holding. Mike, this is very impressive work. I like what I'm seeing.
Beautiful adjustment out of timeout as well. Na'Vi, it takes them the best part of 45 seconds to even find a player, get contact on someone. Beautiful showstopper from Molzy as well. You were saying, yeah, obviously linking together the second, but in my eyes, with this scoreline, the 9-3 from the first half, linking the 4 is that key round to get yourself back in the game. Fantastic stuff from Vitality. Looks as if they do want to start slowing this down just a little bit here.
And playing that style against Na'Vi, you feel you're playing against the kings of it, but they are doing a very, very good impression of it. And Twiston, again, new adjustment, new look. Last time he got really overwhelmed by the utility in his way. Dog the timing on this, yeah. We'll have to rescind from middle. Give CNED the room to stride out, but across the map, it's not all towards mid this time. We do still have the presence here. Sugetsu trying to be cautious on this. They have drifted a second player over. Zipan's now gone towards that side too. Re-smoke towards middle. Twiston got Xiao pinned here. Having to commit the smoke just to get away. Showing a little something. Look at the response. Twiston right back to business as well. They're getting proactive
I was
in
going
mid.
to say, Na'Vi feel as if they're going to have timing here on A. Destrian does have his paranoid to slow things down, but no smokes. You only have one investor main here.
If they want to find that window of chance, Na'Vi, they've got to get a move on now. CNED going to go in first, trying to get up towards it. Clears out as he goes. No one's actually on the side, but it's Twiston waiting towards CT. Second challenger, no, doesn't pull the trigger. They go back for more.
Twiston's
the jet battle. Lovely catch on the cross from Destrian as well. Angel punished.
30 seconds
a 5v3, and they're starting to dwindle. Slowed down, the smoke dissipating from Heaven, giving now a bit of a problem. The plant can come in. I don't think much is going to stop that. Maybe a paint shell could be thrown through. But Sugetsu needs something here. The timing might just be right. Can he get the adjust? No, denied. And Na'Vi holding this down now to a 2v2. Twiston and Destrin. What can you do about it? It's just Twiston now in a 1v2. He's got the time on his side. He's got to try and move in, find these players. 7 bullets, 5 now to play with. He's making a damn good go of this one. Oh! And the final player, where the hell is Xiao? He has no idea, and Xiao is trying to keep cool, keep calm, and Twiston is on the hunt here. 3 bullets, he's got to make his mind up. Oh, and Xiao!
Nerves of steel from
so
Xiao.
So calm. After you just lost a teammate to a one-tap blind, I'd be shaking in my boots.
Beautiful stuff from Twiston to even make that a likely scenario for him. But again, well worked from Na'Vi. Again, noting very early on, Twiston obviously finds his kill. CNED spots him again, posted up on that deep angle.
Enemy remaining.
They completely mitigate the risk here from the operator. Dare I say, is that 3v5? It was I'm pretty sure it was close too.
So.
It was a 2v4 or 2v3 at one point. After Sugetsu's traded out.
Desperate to isolate. Sugetsu is so aware of this now. After seeing before Twiston, happy to challenge this. It was with the knives last time.
Yeah, again though, because Angel's not got his cam up here. It's just this trip, so Vitality can post up very deep in towards A main.
Oh, he's staying posted on this. How long does he sit here though?
I mean, if Vitality then prioritize mid, this basically funnels Na'Vi towards B. They have no other options.
Yeah. You've still got to assume that Destrin's going to be under a whole lot of pressure. He does have the support from Heaven now coming back down. Molzy's there, Bone Cold's there, so he does have help. Still a 3v4 at the best of times. And they go for a re-challenge here. CNED happy to greet it. That's going to take Molzy away from the equation completely. Yes, turns the flash, but no one was following it up just yet. And now they're looking to draw that rotation, and look at what Na'Vi are doing. But 35 seconds, they don't have much time for this.
Look at that, she split through here. Angel will spot out with the spy cam initially.
So dangerous now. The flooding to the unknown. Twiston is waiting and delivering. Finds Zip and falls away. 20 seconds, he is surrounded. Yes, support behind him in the form of Destrin. He wants to get to, but he just looks away. And now they're terrified of coming up that road.
13 seconds.
The cross gets caught. Twiston is doing so much damage. 10 seconds now. They still don't know about Destrin. He's waiting on the site. They bound it. Oh, they got past him. Time. 3 seconds.
He can't get it.
I don't think he's got the time on the plant. They've run the clock down just enough.
I was talking about Twiston being played out in the previous round. Here, he causes so many problems for Na'Vi. And Sugetsu, again, opting not to pinch through ramp. In that scenario with 14 seconds left, you just want to throw bodies towards it. Make sure you get that trade, because you even noted it. They still didn't know about Destrian. It was still another player to deal with after that. So I think the game plan here, and it's been evident a couple of times here, locate Twiston and formulate a plan quickly on the back of that. Not paying off here. Vitality, in my eyes, got themselves right back in this half. Yes, 3 rounds still separate them. They're in the driving seat.
Yeah, they've certainly got the reins here, right? They're holding on to this one. I'm liking it. They're making Na'Vi work for their dinner, right? Like, it's a couple of sporadic rounds, yes. That's about it. Now, all they've noticed so far is that Sheriff. There are 2 rifles, CNED with 1, Xiao with the other. No one holding close towards Mail. Twiston, dirty angle with the operator, but he needs someone to hold Heaven for him. Boombot will reveal some of the intention. And there are 2 players up there, Destrin being 1. With that Boombot, obviously Molzy by his side. Contact now made. CNED correctly deduces the second player would swing, but the paranoia catching him, forcing him away. It looks like they're adjusting here. No. Trade gonna come in. But now there's pressure, and it's on Sender.
Shift walking away. He's so lucky to slip the net.
He got Angel! Oh my god, he's got Zipan! No right to it by any means!
Oh my god!
Sender! You had no right to do that sort of damage from that position!
Again, nerves of steel. Sender shift walking away.
The smoke was... Oh my word!
The timing is obscene there. And even then, Zipan throws the Seekers out, and Sender still gets 2 from that position. Ridiculous round from him. Well, I said he gets 2, he gets a 3rd as well on top.
Yeah.
Yes, this will do.
And basically 1 buy round away from tying things up. Vitality are walking mid.
Angel's surely gonna notice something's wrong, but Twiston was so far ahead of it. Beautiful. It has to spur on Na'Vi towards A, right? Like, this is them now having to pour into this. What can Sender do again? He looked calm under the pressure before, but this is a lot of players. Catches CNED on the way through, leaving Na'Vi with just 3, Xiao, Sugetsu, and Zipan, to try and at least contain the site, maybe get a plant for themselves, something to work on their side. Twiston is chomping at the bit here, though. Yeah, here he goes, he wants in. Gonna dive in, they have no idea. How has he got this far? Completely unnoted! Oh,
no, my God!
Of course! Straight from the air, flies in with the shorty. None of them knew he was coming.
Flawless.
Beautiful work there, right back at the door. 11-10, Vitality with a new lease of life.
And Twiston really taking control in this second half. This is all on the back of this mid walk early on. After a couple of rounds where they want to slow things down, they're waiting for Na'Vi to creep through the map.
I read him like a book, man. Same round.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. They're reading exactly what Na'Vi are trying to do in mid, and they punish it.
It's a Na'Vi timeout? How many do they have?
This is their last.
Surely, yeah.
And again, like I said, Na'Vi now in a position where they probably have to concede the next. I don't think the purchase is going to be there.
No. I don't quite remember the ults they have to play with, but I don't know.
I mean, I don't think it's feasible.
No, so this should be, by all rights, unless it goes a little bit Carmine Coy, 11-11, right? Like, I've been hurt in the past, Michael. I can't trust anything.
Oh, we've got a 2-cam of CNED.
CNED v CNED.
A scary duel.
I don't want it. Oh. Back to 1.
Yeah, I don't think feasibly Na'Vi have enough to throw at this. They've been throwing a hero rifle in here and there on the back of Xiao and CNED. A couple of times Sugetsu's donned one, but I mean, it's going to be a Guardian, a Spectre. Yes, the Blade Storm, so maybe a chance to get something done if CNED can pop off, but this second half has been the story of Twisted, honestly.
Yeah, fully unleashed. Blade Storm's going to go into it. But he's got to fight on the other side here. Does Twiston play this, though? CNED's got...
Let's just found Bone Cold again.
Okay. Let's...
Oh my God.
Oh, don't give him that shot. Twiston is now trying to deal with the flood of Na'Vi. Oh my God, CNED swoops in, shows him what he can do, gets the operator ready to go now. Na'Vi kicking it up a notch. What the hell is this round?
Again, he just makes it so difficult to land that shot. CNED
Spike planted.
makes use of the updraft. But again, it's on the back of Sugetsu finding 2 huge Sheriff picks. Vitality's got to give this one up.
Out.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's how Na'Vi get to 12.
If CNED can pop off, by the way.
If.
God. 1 enemy remaining.
Oh, Molsey. That's a whole lot of upgrades they're finding. Whole lot of weapons. Na'Vi right back into things with 12 and an instantaneous timeout for Vitality. They need a chat.
Because with how this half has gone, that's got to be a very frustrating round. Bone Cold there just completely caught off guard.
1 enemy remaining.
And then to find the second as well. Huge round from Sugetsu.
The second. Peeking into that? No thank you. Just a little head
Yeah,
triangle
because
above.
it's like that. It's like a headshot peek both ways.
Yeah. And it's just like the risk-reward factor. Leave him behind the wall.
He's behind the wall, exactly. There's no, until he breaks that wall, there's no real threat.
Getting a little ahead of themselves there. Getting a little, wanting to tie it up. I get it. But frustrating.
Because there's no chance of Sugetsu retrieving the rifle either. It's, like you said, that risk-reward factor is so low, so low.
But until this point, Vitality had been winning out this half.
Yeah.
So this is that kind of anomaly, right? The blip on the radar. But the problem is it comes at such a precarious time. We're sat with now map point against them. Na'Vi getting to 12 here.
But we were talking about that. That should have tied things up. That should have been 11 apiece. Now
Yes.
Na'Vi with a couple of chances to close this one out.
One away from Zipan's ult, one away from
Yeah,
Xiao's
one
as well.
away from the Divide and the Seekers are huge rounds.
yeah, real round changes, right? Like actual impact. But they have only managed, what, 1, 2, 3 rounds on this side. So here we go. How much is that shattered Vitality's confidence? What have they cooked up in that timeout? Maybe just to calm down, regain a little bit of that composure and control, because they go back in. CNED with that operated hand, looking to find his first potential victim, but this is a very different look here.
Not expecting too many peaks on the side of Vitality here. And yes, they were awarded finding Angel in sewers previously, but with how that round just went, might revert back to this much deeper hold.
Destrian's taking one of those orbs, so that's off the table for now. Mid control being worked towards.
Didn't catch the trip, actually. I mean, it will be noted regardless, but it would be good, actually, if the Trailblazer is the one to deal with that, instead of playing going forward and shooting it. Bone Cold on the back of the wall has actually preemptively rotated this way.
So we've got Bone Cold, you've got Sender, and Twiston all here. They're going to start hearing utility steps. Just wisps of intention coming through.
Sender and Twiston should be locked out behind this wall, though. CNED actually catches the peak.
But do they expect Sender? Do they still check on it?
I doubt they looked for it,
they
to be honest. Yeah,
he's
Sender!
got 2! He's got 2! It's still game on! Red's
Red comes through.
That's Twiston back on his feet. Now they're worried. Now they're worried about middle, rightly so. Yes, Angel's down
There's
there.
15 seconds.
Oh wait, they've still got the plant. The plant's in. But there's 4 players in heaven. They just want to flood Angel. He is screwed.
Oh my God!
How is he doing it? Takes down 3. Unthinkable scenes and brings it back to a 2v2. Destrian, Twiston, CNED, Zipan. Plants in. Zipan, none the wiser. Caught drifting in CT. They've got to get a move on though. CNED, can he close down the account? No, he's got Twiston out of the air. And now the 1v1. Where is Destrian? He's got to move forward. He has to take the forward.
To see that synergy.
Okay. I'll be interested. I'm always down to learn. There's normally method to the madness when it does come to Angel, but...
Mostly madness.
Yep.
But that tends to work for him.
Which is terrifying in its own right. So yeah, eyes a little on CNED this game, and mostly kind of what's put in place to make it work, right? Because on its own, at this level, it's very difficult without that support structure to have as much impact. However, we go into things, and it will be Na'Vi starting out on the attacking side, which then obviously means Vitality on the defense. A relatively close first game defined by some very... obviously, first map, should I say, defined by some very key rounds, but let's see how this one looks.
It's got to be heartbreaking for Split to end the way it did for Vitality, because they did so much right on the defense. Again, to claw back into that as well.
There we go, first contact found, but it is just CNED for now that he's noted. A couple other players joining over this way, though, congregating towards that A piece, but Twiston willing to stick around a little longer, still has that paint shell as well, so not too worried just yet. We do see the split coming through from Dish. Let's see what the approach is from Na'Vi.
Fault line used fairly early on, just on the back of spotting a player. So he gets ready to throw a wall up that kind of divides the site in 2.
There's the flash. Nothing really opposing Twiston just yet. Finding quite a bit of freedom, yeah. And TP taken. Okay, towards the backside we go. Vitality manhandling this round. Neither utility really doing much damage yet, making 0 difference here. Fantastic round between, I think it was Sender and pretty much Twiston really doing a lot of the work, but nothing made them uncomfortable on the site.
Great timing as well for them to pivot immediately towards targeting that drop player. So Sugetsu unable to really have a say in that one. I mean, has a peak, yes, but it's certainly not comfortable enough to get a free kill, and that's exactly what I was talking about here. At that point, wow, Vitality hold him at the front door. Sender actually finding the blind headshot to close things out. Another pistol on the board for Vitality, tick in the box.
If that's what they've been working on, gives them way more of a buffer.
Like I said, that stat only really becomes concerning when you see the bonus conversions on top. Again, situationally in 9-3 halves or 8-4 halves even, to lose those first 3, that's when it becomes a bit of an issue.
CNED has been spotted somewhat, but unfazed, they continue forward. We do have 3 sheriffs coming out, so Sugetsu, Xiao, and Angel with those. Everyone else down towards the classics. And on the other side, rifles in the hands of Sender and Twiston. So Spectre for Destrian and 2 Ghosts. So can pretty much hold their ground here as long as they don't make any uncharacteristic errors over peaks. They should be just fine. Lovely work to connect towards Killjoy there.
Yeah, disabling Sender's utility is actually pretty big.
He does have to relinquish tower control off the back of this, slips back away, but now, quite like they've taken the fight elsewhere. Again, Sugetsu really being isolated for the last couple of rounds. Yes, they will give up the site, but the spike wasn't with the initial kind of group that took towards it, so slowly making its way up towards tower. Whether or not they get the plant yet is yet to be seen.
Left.
Fake teleport.
So finally it comes through.
Spike planted.
Molesy just about reacts to Angel slipping through, getting a little bit aggressive. We'll find an upgrade, at least Destrian actually catching Zipan with the Aftershock. It's just seen it left now. Classic in hand for the first, but the trade comes through from Twiston. Round 2 on the board here for Vitality. And again, great reaction here to isolate Sugetsu, you noted it. As soon as they feel that pressure ahead of that site hit, they're able to find a kill on the back of it. And if that continues into the buy rounds, that's very concerning for Na'Vi.
And I wonder if they're aware of it, or if it was just simply a response to Sender 1 getting the knife on him, kind of being proactive in what seems to be a disadvantageous situation, pushing down, retaking some map space, but now it's happened twice, right? Over towards Dish by the drop, doing it round 1, round 2 it's happened again. So that's what we can keep our eyes on towards the end of things. As it stands, we look at the Object G power-up round here.
Cutting through.
3 rifles.
Exciting. See how Na'Vi look to approach this one. See Molesy get a little bit aggressive towards A main. Have the backup here, obviously the utility from Destrian. Look for here, but Zipan ahead of the curve a little bit. Molesy got to be careful now. Does catch that, but I think CNET caught the flash as well. He's not going to know this reposition.
Wow, Molesy's making a mountain out of this. Takes another one with him. And CNET gets towards the site. Unsure of what they've garnered so far, and it is the complete safety of the cross. The other 2 players not really able to make it over there in any sort of feasible time to deny it. So Spike will go down pretty safely. Bone Cold, Molly and 2 smokes. Sender, nothing really left to put into play, but he has the rifle.
I was going to say a Spectre at this range though. Na'Vi just need to play distance to mitigate that risk. I mean, chance here for Bone Cold to maybe pick up a weapon. I'm not sure what's dropped on that death marker, but it's pretty close to the wall.
Just running the clock solo. Still a flash to play for Cena too. Another smoke put in. Yeah, this is getting really uncomfortable for Vitality. As much as they want to get towards the site, there's utility in the way. And it's just not going to be happening here. Sender, options very limited now. Na'Vi going to get their first on the board. 4 standing. They'll be happy with this one, keeping it quite clean. Yes, losing out on Zipan, but wow. Sender.
I was going to say, financially okay. You hit or miss again, you lose that round out. The purchase is already reforced, but this is not giving that one away in terms of ult progress. Yeah, the timing just a little off here for Vitality. You can see this setting up, like I said, for Destrian to put that push into A main in motion. Unfortunate, Molesy's not found another one. Like I said, I think Cena just catching his own flash ever so slightly. Operator online for Twister, nice and early. Showstopper as well, so very good early progress in this ult cycle. Sender, notable in that regard. Only 3 away from the lockdown.
Well, they've noted the operator very early on. I wonder what they do with this information. Again, we know that Twister is slippery as hell. He'll be everywhere at once if he can be. But just slipping a little bit deeper this time, working off the back of the utility from Sender, keeping him a little safe here.
So problem being, Zipan's actually only 1 away from the null command. A kill or potentially the orb over here could make Vitality's hold very difficult.
Great timing on the boombot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very nice. I guess not the full picture, sure, but you're still aware of the intention. You can draw that 3rd player over. Bone Cold now joining Sender and Twiston here. First couple of attempts now up towards tower. There's going to be a knife coming in, but Sender actually wins the fight. Sticks around for this one. We can see how this works going forward. None of them actually going towards the side just yet. 30 seconds, they're being held at the door here.
30 seconds left.
Still 2 players of Vitality over towards A, but Na'Vi need a kill to make this comfortable.
They're not getting much. is not selling much either. CNED is playing with fire here. It's either walk through the smoke and hope for the best, and actually, he gets away with murder. Oh, and again, come off it. Finding Bone Cold there, straight through the smoke, basically. Unbelievable. CNED just brute forcing the way in. It's not pretty, but they actually might be able to get a plant now. Twisted, yes, does find CNED in the end. The support system gets cut off, though. Desterine goes down. And now in the post plant, you got Malsey and Twiston just pushed out of position. I don't know how CNED just got away with that.
Brute forcing his way onto site. Zipan actually boning up the null command here on the post plant. Desperation for Na'Vi to secure this round. They won't be able to remove this operator, and that's got to be the key objective after getting this plant. Malsey and Twiston will slip away. Showstopper burnt up as well, and that would have been key for the next round. They're not going to be able to spread the funds here. Wait and see if that is enough for Vitality. Fight back in round 5. But yeah, again, with these kind of windows of opportunity, as soon as the alarm bot is triggered, there's an extra player from Vitality rotating across. And like I said, when you run in the KO, if you can find the Killjoy setup, and again, you got to argue more often than not, particularly with a Killjoy or Cypher, same argument to be made, but there's probably only one other person there. That window of opportunity has gone so quickly for Na'Vi, which is why it gets really concerning. You then look at the clock and it's like 30 seconds left before they've even got to sight or got a kill.
And to even add to that, the fact that they got away with CNED walking a smoke, spamming someone through a smoke, and then just
because he's revealed his position. Yes, he fakes the TP, but he throws the flash as well. So
you can't. It just in my mind, it's like how if that is your game plan, CNED go kill 2 when you shouldn't. I want to see what the next steps to this are. Yes, Na'Vi gets away with it, sure, but I don't know. It just feels a little bit worrying to depend on that. For now, though, it's worked out well enough. See how it works going forward. Spotting players out by Arcade, and there's plenty of them. Na'Vi, almost all in attendance, barring one. That's going to be Angel on the other side.
Cena's got his ult here as well.
Who's next?
There you go. So we'll look to figure this out. Vitality looking to get proactive on the back of this contact once again, though.
Well, Cena's taken towards the side. There are 3 players over towards B main, though, so that is a little bit unorthodox, but they're doing just fine. Na'Vi handling it well. Yes, lost out on Xiao, but they still have the side control, so the spike can go down without much contest. And once again, you're probably not feeling like you want to go for this too much. You have 1 rifle, yes, on Malsey, but that operator is precious goods here. They just simply haven't had the capability to use it.
CNED tried it. He actually tried committing to it. Malsey's found another one here. It's a 2v2.
He's done this with decent time. Okay, noted zip on the site. I don't think Malsey ate. Oh, he did eat a lot of that flash. Okay, spots out another player over towards Arcade. Malsey just striding in, making something out of nothing. Angel put to the test here, forced away, and they make it happen. Vitality.
What a throw.
How have they done that one? Na'Vi just let it slip between their fingertips.
I'd argue gave it to Vitality on a platter.
That should not. This doesn't feel comfy at all. Watch this round back. Watch what Malsey was allowed to do.
I mean, sure, CNED goes for this engagement.
He's already won
sure,
the
maybe,
site.
yeah, he's won on the site. You should argue the round as well. Malsey's hit a ridiculous shot on that. But then Zipan's isolated, and there's such a huge gap between the 2 remaining members of Na'Vi. That one's borderline unforgivable for me. Vitality actually get themselves ahead. Twiston, who opened things up here onto Zipan.
Yeah, head of the knife as well. Did end up catching it, but that's fine. He stuck around just long enough for it to hit. And it looks like a similar pinch towards A. Yes, that 1 player through towards Dish. This time going to be Angel instead. Twiston spotting out another. Xiao.
I think just considering what the Boombot had seen there.
Okay, and Angel's position should be very much revealed now. They should have free access to the site. I don't think anyone's going to really punish this cross here. Yeah, 3 of them navigating ahead of that. This will be just fine. Plant can go down.
Spike planted.
But a 5v4 here, Vitality, and actually the lockdown going to be invested. That could cause massive problems for Na'Vi.
Now, what do they do with this? One of them can TP out, sure, but the rest? Let's see. Angel turning the flash fine for the burst, but they're going to take the time perfectly. Sugetsu with one, Sugetsu with a second. This is big from Sugetsu, forcing them away, but there's still more players here. They just have to kind of sit and watch. Xiao holding the line. We still got players going towards the site. They still need to clear, and they do. CNED caught in the end, could not get away from it. Twiston and Sender this time, the ones to clean up, and Na'Vi looking out of sorts here.
Funds will be a comfortable purchase behind this, but a couple of rounds now. CNED does get detained from that. I don't think had an opportunity to TP back out. He's just got to try and wait things out and hope that Sugetsu and Xiao can buy enough time. Sender closes the gap nicely. Yeah, another successful retake here for Vitality. They have the pit here if Na'Vi can get themselves into a post plant. This is the point where, I mean, we saw Vitality toy with this in the previous. If they start getting a little more proactive, and we did see it early on this map as well, on the back of very early contact found. So you got to be careful here. Sender noted as well. And finding the kill on Bone Cold. Again, that window of opportunity is created, but Na'Vi not able to capitalize.
No, so the rotations are in. You've got two more players brought over towards B. You're looking at Destrin coming over. I think Molsey's there now as well. Yeah, just going to leave Twiston to his own devices on A, which is fair enough. He's got that operator full kit of utility. So putting a lot of faith in the other three. Prowler going to go down, going to catch on one, so they know they are still very much in attendance. They're going to try and clear by Arcade. It's a messy shot from Sender. Destrin overwhelmed. Yes, they do a bit of damage, but they're going to surely now be in problems on the site. Molsey's in danger. He's got to pick between a rock and a hard place, and he seems to want to... I thought he had Xiao. I thought he had Xiao.
Nearly.
17 HP. Xiao is breathing, but it ain't by much. And Twiston, he was quite far away to this, but he seems all too aware. Sugetsu, so sharp though, so quick. Deals with Twiston well. Na'Vi answer back.
And here, obviously, the utility being noted from Molsey. I think the Prowler sent through just ahead of that push towards Arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are opportunities here for Na'Vi to step the pace up a little bit. They're still taking this very slow approach. Should have had Xiao, to be honest. You'd argue he should have had Xiao as well.
Observers, why do you keep showing us the less talking we're doing? Huh? I see you. Oh. Oh, Xiao. Xiao's done something dirty. He's done something terrible to them. This is on a buy, by the way. That's 2 rifles gone, I'm pretty sure. Oh dear.
And they can't do anything about this TP either. Molsey has to just wait. Snakebite doesn't land, but he's isolated regardless. A 2v5 now for Vitality, and Rolling Thunder available, yes, but we're seeing Ed finding that.
Yeah, the response from Destrin is like, well
then.
It seems I'm in next round now. Sender is off and away.
Angel might even be close enough to catch this.
He's absolutely heard it.
We've seen him.
Bye-bye. 5 alive. Lovely piece there, but...
Well, talk about stepping up the pace a little bit. Vitality take the fight to them.
Off we go.
Ridiculous opener from Xiao.
Gosh.
1 enemy remaining.
Well, more of that.
I think in a similar scenario to what we saw on Split, where after I don't want to say a tilt round, but Vitality need to take a breather. Can't really call that a mistake. We've seen them toy with the idea of being proactive. This is very proactive, very aggressive to kind of stop Na'Vi from setting up into these slow creeping defaults that they are famed for. Again, if you keep going for this backline of Na'Vi, they're very capable of punishing it.
For a piece. And you're right, Vitality just taking a second to go through. Not looking particularly overly animated either. Just calming down after that, potentially trying to keep control of it. CNED not having a bad start though. Currently 8-5, doing well enough on the Euro. Didn't love it initially. Now you're seeing it kind of slip into some decent use.
And I guess I know Kukuka started touching on this on the desk, but the concerning side of Vitality's fracture being the attack, whether or not they're just looking to post the bar and set themselves up as best they can. Without getting to the point where, yeah, 5 and 6, sure, you're separated by a pistol. Don't want to come back to that conversation again yet.
There we go. And proactive towards A, though. They've taken over A main, so they should be quick on this flank. Similar knife up towards tower. That has been a problem for Sender. Can't get... He's kind of pinned here at this point. The other two are not able to directly support him.
That didn't catch, though.
Okay. So Sender... Oh, the paranoia does, though. Tries to just keep his life for a couple more seconds. And the flash is great. CNED, Xiao, wonderful unison together. Na'Vi just showing such diligence on these approaches. I doubted the combination work, but it's wonderful. Now, they know both players who are coming in off that flank. Yes, they were quick to this, but now it's a 2v4 on the site itself. Lots of utility left to burn through as well. Can Twiston maybe find some magic here? Not looking likely.
Where are you?
Might be time to back away.
Twiston and Molesy both won off their ultimates. To potentially get them in use, but not going to have a purchase there. I think Bone Cold and Destrian as well having their ultimates, so... potential here to try and build up that snowball round. I didn't even know it's Sender, actually. I know he uses lockdown, well, it must have been 4 rounds ago now for that A retake, but it's got to be there or thereabouts. Actually,
oh dear.
Gonna remove one of the rifles.
Twiston, can he hold? Yes. Okay, just about. Yeah, ults are coming. Sender is still off, but they're pretty big ults too. None of them weak by any means. This
flash time in there is perfect from CNED.
Yeah, it's strange because CNED's such a great jet player when you see him in motion. You know what I mean? And a couple of other agents here and there, but seeing him look quite comfortable on the Yoru is a very unique aspect to him in showing his nice versatility.
This agent discussion is always, if you put somebody that's self-sufficient on any agent, they can deliver, right? It's just the viability from, obviously, that synergy, that choreography standpoint that kind of has to be present.
I mean, I would say, though, I was always kind of a little worried after Cena did fall off from, you know, the jet prevalence once it moved away from that he wouldn't be able to pick it back up, but it's showing that he does have some of that capability here, very much showing it well. However, already Bone Cold going down, this is looking a bit worrying. This is the one that could maybe take that scoreline further away from Vitality. And the ult's going to come through, so can they make anything of this while it happens? Yes, Twiston going to find Xiao. Okay, Molesy going to keep them busy, and
the pinch from Dish, actually.
And see if the others can make it through a little bit in time. Now, obviously, they know they're there. They've already drawn blood in that regard. So, as it stands, kind of cornered into this, but deciding to back away.
Who's next?
So just going to try and fish for some information here.
I know exactly where you are.
Actually, going to expire pretty quickly here. He's got to be careful about where he ends up. Angel bails him out there. Sugetsu to follow through. Destrian will fall as Twiston and Sender left. A 2v4 situation if they opt to go for this. And Sender will upgrade, call it, to a Spectre. Get a couple, well, a few rounds too many in my eyes where Vitality have been forced to just give it up. Yeah. It's looking like it might be another one.
They're taking site with at least 4 players standing at this point. They've been doing well. CNED's ability to just be a problem. Love that Angel was able to help him out there because you noticed that the ult was running very low. He was about to be hounded down by Molesy, but no, handled in the end and supported well. So the worry starts to begin here for Vitality. So I feel like they haven't quite had an answer yet. They've had a couple of shaky purchases short. That was the flank coming in. And you can see the intention is there from Vitality to try and get behind them, but by the time they're there...
We can hit B, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I was questioning the investment of Rolling Thunder. Again, how quick that they are there to sweep out of Dish. And speaking of Dish, Xiao got a TP away from this paint shell. And CNED actually finds a kill.
Fabulous work. The support structure is really nice within Na'Vi now. Just kind of playing in unison is really nice to watch. A couple of moments here, really key to that. And we'd seen a couple of tests of those aggressive, space-taking moves over towards either A main, over towards Dish. We saw B main as well. Arcade, Vitality are happy to try and take some of this space, but Na'Vi all too aware of it now.
Here.
And that punishing factor in effect again here in round 11. And yep, we can hit B, guys. It looks like that might be the aim once again. No command here, so Sender got to be careful about his positioning. And right now, with him being spotted, it's a chance for him to be isolated with the ultimate.
And the other two, even on this flank, are so far away.
And they're stuck behind 2 trips, there. Not just 1 trip, it's 2 trips.
Okay, one of them get past. What you gonna do, Bone Cold?
He's leaving it as late as possible to pop this one.
But there's the second. And he has to do it again. Okay, so here's the thing. Does he hold off? Yes, he does. He waits as long as he can. CNED! He checks on it so fast
HP,
regardless. Oh, come on! This is just brutality for Vitality. I hated saying that. I'm so sorry.
Iconic.
Shut up. Caster of the year, by the way. Sender is screwed. He can make a damn good stand of it. It does not matter. Na'Vi have regained control here. They are very much in charge, and Vitality yet to really find any form of answer.
Yeah, it's tough to see how Bone Cold and Twisted have to approach that flank, but it's immediately dealt with. CNED with 2 ridiculous shots.
The fact he was turning that way so early on as well.
Sorry. Comfort on an agent. He eats his own flash, but then still finds the kill.
Feels CNED.
This was on the paint shell to try and isolate Shao, by the way. He's desperate to just try and flash somebody off the angle so they can't peek the paint shell. Thanks for catching that one. Because that looked real good.
CNED's gone up. Ah, he's quite good with it too.
Yeah, he's found the kill too.
Yep.
And immediately he's back over here to pressure B main.
Oh, there we go. Finally gone down. They're down to 3 players. They have 3 big ults as well. It just feels like Na'Vi have been so slippery. Were you meant to use it?
I mean, yeah, do we see Sender and Bone Cold drift away from sight here? The answer's probably going to be no with where Bone Cold's going exploring, but you're right, those are 2 massive ultimates to have available here. Molesy with his positioning, you got to argue it's probably going to be lent towards a retake, but...
Oh, Sender's off.
I was talking over it there. I'm not sure if Sender was actually loud rotating. Bone Cold's positioning, you can't deny Pliant if anybody clears tower here. Na'Vi aren't doing it.
Okay, Bone Cold, it's all basically on you. The knife does not reach him either. He's got a shot at this. Gonna get down Shao, 30 seconds. Oh, gonna come in, tries to clear towards tower, or at least outside of it. There's the ult as well from Sender. Na'Vi are running desperately low on time, and actually Bone Cold is holding. He needs to hold as much as he can. Keep presence, allow time for Sender to come back, allow for Molesy to get back there and try and keep this together. Sugetsu is running out of time and running out of chances. Has to make his move, has to go now. 8 seconds, a tap on the spike is not enough. They're not falling for his trickery. They're gonna let the clock rock. And Bone Cold doing wonders to keep this scoreline away from a disaster.
Absolutely, I think Bone Cold enters this round at 1-9, so huge for him to come alive, to actually make the difference between a 7-5 and an 8-4 half, which is massive.
It's huge.
Considering those numbers from the previous performances of Vitality here on Fracture.
This whole first half feels like once they got CNED rolling, once they started to really find comfort within that, it looked fantastic for them. I was very worried for those first couple of rounds. It felt not quite in place. It felt a little bit out of sorts.
Yeah, and again, the way that Na'Vi are playing, I don't think they're solely reliant on CNED really, blowing sights wide open. His TPs are very reactionary. Obviously, he's kind of just using it to bait kind of in that kind of pivot part of the round where there's a little bit of contact, a little bit of an exchange. So in that regard, it's not really reliant on him synergizing with another agent particularly well. Na'Vi had a very slow burn approach to this attack.
Yeah, they did. Vitality really struggling to get any of those flanks into the right place at the right time. You saw so many attempts at it and some very unfortunate scenarios, that fully blind kill that happened. All of these moments certainly do add up. So.
And the other thing as well, to say, it sucks for Sender as well to be kind of targeted when you have a KO in that composition in RV. The focal point was being, we even heard Angel saying that, yeah, we can hit B, guys, let's just keep doing it. And like I said, that slow burn approach, time and time again, Vitality tried a couple of times to get proactive or to play very reactive off of Na'Vi's contact. Just didn't play out, which again, you look at the scoreline, they come out actually probably the best case scenario.
But as much as we talk about, the factor of Vitality missing some of those pistols and not quite having it by their side, them at least having a pistol in this as well has kept them somewhat afloat. It gives them a little bit more of a buffer into that second half, which they certainly do need here because, again, I just get a little scared when Na'Vi have a little lead on the half. They just grind things down so mechanical, almost like a machine at this point when it comes to it. Some nasty little rounds coming out from some of these individuals. But yeah, actually not minding the Yoru as it stands. Kind of, I was a little worried without the fade, but it looks quite nice.
I'm always excited to see players, and particularly iconic players in terms of an agent behind that name, switch things up.
It's cool, right?
And to see if I'm in impact and still fragging out, I'm all for it.
Yes,
Seen it back on Rainer, you heard it here first. Lothar grinning ear to ear.
I really want someone to lock in Rainer just to upset Lothar in a completely useless map. Just do it.
For a game he's on the desk for as well.
Oh, yes, of course. Of course. All right, second half, 5-7. And a very well-needed pistol here for Vitality. Otherwise, Na'Vi might just start grinding out this game. They do have a buffer. Decent couple of rounds here. Got some big impact rounds for Na'Vi, though. And now on the defensive side, let's see how they bring this one together.
So you've seen it already preemptively sending a TP across. I'm not sure if that's caught on the wall, but maybe the intention is for that to head all the way towards B. You can see on the X-ray, it's a 3-man stack here from Na'Vi.
This is extremely ratty. Okay, well, Angel's got to accept that. It actually catches both players. This is just going to be madness. Yeah, perfect work from Vitality on the way in, though. Going to catch both of them. Third player was somewhat unknown, but Zipan can only get one. Takes out Destrian, so huge man advantage to Vitality. 4 standing to the 2. CNET still alive, does have, I think, a flash to hand, so has that to play with. But Sugetsu on the other side, very little in the form of utility here. And Vitality with lots to play with.
One enemy remaining.
Sender will find that one. CNET drifting out. Now Sugetsu in a 1v4. Frenzy this range.
Frenzy best gun, don't worry. See? It's all good. He's 48 HP.
I was going to say, yeah, there's no way he actually gets these two. With a high-low setup, but... Yeah, curious to see what causes Angel to take the decision to drift into his cage there. I mean, you get that sound cue when somebody steps into it anyway. I'm not sure if the fault line just completely threw the plan off, but that 3-man stack absolutely dissected. And maybe that's it, yeah. Maybe that replay actually paints the picture. There's Twistan's pressure through Arcade that forces Shout, obviously, into that engagement and that push that comes down to B main.
Yeah, and that crossfire just can't hold anymore.
I mean, they have to push back over towards the cage. It's just space. We'll see conceded by Twistan's pressure. The approach, yeah, only 1 pistol for Vitality and 2 rifles actually back up these Spectres.
Chao's got one. Oh god, CNET's got another.
No.
This shouldn't happen so often. But here we are in this form of
still looking to hit this site as
god,
well.
Chao batters him out of the air. Twistan left embarrassed on the floor as Destrian bone cold.
Did Angel spot both as well?
I don't know if he spotted both. Oh lord. Oh dear. Shao.
So it looks like Shao knew where the second was.
Hello and goodbye. It's all down to Destrian. Oh, this is... That's one they soon
flawless
forget.
round 2 conversion.
Wow. Just the way it started as well.
Vitality immediately looked to respond to this as well. It's like, guys, just follow through. The other 3 members actually step up the pace to catch. Potentially Na'Vi retreating, but at that point, they've got the upgrade. You don't want to feed into that.
No, it feels like they fed into what Na'Vi almost wanted here.
Twistan plucked from the skies.
Oh, he headshots me.
Yeah, he headshots you.
He does. That's Shao.
Poison ore, toxin screen down.
Headshots and such. Well, Na'Vi with a round in hand, basically, the free purchase, right? Those free upgrades they've just been able to walk away with, which is madness to my mind. But Vitality, looking for pace is the answer, and it doesn't look like a fantastic one. Softened up, Destrian and Bone Cold go down quite comfortably. It's Molsey to fight back, but Zipan and Angel Oh. Oh.
Don't think that was an intentional one.
Wait, making sure. He's fallen and cannot get up. What do you...
I don't think that one was BM.
He might just be knocked. I'll double check.
9 on the board now for Na'Vi. And this is where it becomes a little worrying, actually. You lose this buy round. Na'Vi double digits and gives them access to the 11th, you've got to argue. And with that flip, actually, Na'Vi will have a big advantage in terms of this ult cycle. It's actually not, well, CNED 2 away and an operator online for him. Twisting 2 away from the showstopper as well, so the saving grace there. It's not actually as big as I thought it would be in terms of an advantage. But it will hit actually on the wrong round for Vitality.
Okay, so Xiao's going to get the first contact forced away. Flash comes in. Doesn't actually catch it all. A little too far behind. Twiston was still able to get ahead of it, take down Xiao. Now, okay, we're going to see that little pinch. Does it work out? Soaking up the utility they're trying to throw in. Sugetsu gets a second shot of life here. CNED is trying to watch this as well. Sugetsu still with a fantastic angle. Almost brought them to death. Molsey's barely breathing. Destrin took a boatload of damage. And a quick drop down from Angel? Audacious play to take the fight there. Spike should be planted, so at least time's on their side, but a 3v3 post-plant.
Destrin 56 HP, Molsey 11 HP. Be difficult to hold on to, but Twiston's found one.
It's huge! He's still fighting! Twiston, if he's got to do it all himself, he will. A massive round from him. Getting ahead of that first flash and then closing down the round.
It's crazy as well. It's another scenario where it's like Twisting goes big or it's really difficult for Vitality to follow through on that. He's so far ahead, but you noted it, he's ahead of that flash. That's the response from Na'Vi, and he isolates Xiao in this scenario. Beautiful stuff from him.
Nice, Twiston!
Again, actually, a crucial round win for them. Will force the repurchase from Na'Vi, yes. Still a couple of numbers on the right side there that are quite concerning. Na'Vi's still got another comfortable purchase behind this. Showstopper available for Twiston. And CNED will actually retrieve that orb, so has his ultimate as well.
Ooh, what's this?
Just Angel setups.
Angel's doing weird things again. They have taken sight. Sugetsu has to relinquish, but takes a bit of a shot in the dark with that. Takes Twiston down to well, a little bit lower HP, but he should be somewhat okay. Now he looks towards the Mayhem. Spike is yet to cross to the site. Now it makes its way through, so Spike will go down.
Oh no, he's not.
Okay.
They're just delaying the plant.
Yeah, okay. And now pops the ult. Okay, in we go. Let's see what you can do with this one, CNED. So it's our 1, 2, 3. Cool. Plenty of info. Flash ready. Gonna send it in the meantime. Na'Vi helped him clear the site. Now gonna tap towards a defuse. Twiston drawn towards this. Has to check on it. Has to look towards it. Lovely. Double checks with the jump peek. CNED wait till he strikes. Takes down Twiston. Now Molsey and Sender have to fight back.
Placing swamp grenade.
Now Swarm on towards it.
Does actually win that.
Oh my god. Sender. This isn't pretty. The 1v1. He's got it, Sender. Holds his nerve. Clutches it out. Something from nothing there for him.
That's a massive round for Vitality to follow through here with a second consecutive. Sugetsu actually, I don't know if there's just paranoia to try and avoid the showstopper. But ends up committing to the engagement.
Yeah. Why does it sound so bad on the replays? Here we go, 8-9. Scoreline getting a little closer. There we go. CNED back on the operator though. Oh god, here we are. Right, finds Molsey. Dips away, gonna stick around just as long as he can here. They will get access to the site, but he can watch a fair amount of this cross. Oh dear, now he's screwed. He's going to have to stand and hope and pray that no one tries to push this one, but look at Twiston on the way. A couple of players fell back, but no one able to close down towards CNED fast enough, so he will get to play his life out now. Spike is down, and they fought very hard for that. Lovely combination of the ults, not finding the value they want, but you saw the intention.
Beautiful setup. Unfortunate not to find a kill, to be honest. Destrin's still got that Rolling Thunder. Actually posted pretty early here.
Very early. I think that only catches one. I think that only found Angel, and Xiao with the operator now, leaving CNED to be able to go ahead, try and be the tip of the spear. Buncor does find Zipan, but now sitting towards the spike. CNED ain't moving, gets off at the half, has to, Destrian denies, and now it's down to 3. Xiao, Angel, and Sugetsu, what are you meant to do with this one? Have to clear some of these bodies, and they can't. Sender holding on again, yes, they got it to half, but they can't quite get to the spike. They still need to get the defuse, and Sender, he wants to be the hero, but I don't think he can be in time!
He got the defuse! He actually got the defuse! The poison orb stays up long enough after Sugetsu falls, and he's able to stick it with no time left to spare.
God, Sender tried so hard to try and keep hold of that.
Wow. What a round from Vitality though. Again, unfortunate not to find some value off that investment of the fault line and the orbital strike, but at least it gives them, I guess, free access to site. They have so much utility to try and hold on to that post plant, but it just doesn't get there. Barely anything separating them in that round.
I'll find you.
Not sure what Angel was.
Angel's. How's he got to twist him? I don't know, this round's already weird.
I don't know what he was doing initially there. It was like...
I don't think he knew.
And then he stood in the middle of the site and still gets a kill. Twister's got to be thinking, what the hell is going on?
Spike planted.
Spike is down though, so that's pretty nice for Vitality. Lovely from Sender. Picking up where he left off in that previous round. This time wants a little more. Zipan going to be spotted. Knife going to go in. Not going to really deter Sender too much. No. Going to carry on forward. Lovely shot. Now just 2 and probably a save is their best bet here. What was Angel up to?
I don't know, but it comes at a point that's actually quite concerning. This kind of back and forth, this war of attrition in the second half in terms of the finances for Na'Vi. Their save round comes at the worst time possible.
Toxin screen down.
Yeah, CNED leaves this with 300, Zipan 50, Angel 1100, but there's just not the funds there. So it should be an opportunity for Vitality to actually tie things up here, Lauren.
That was a very underwhelming round.
It is criminal.
Yeah, no,
it is criminal.
The brakes now,
Maybe they were just mid-discussion or something, and the barrier drops, and this is a pacey approach here from Vitality. Maybe that's what catches Angel off guard.
Yeah.
But initially, he was the solo anchor towards this site?
That was it. So, timeout called for Na'Vi.
Maybe actually, sorry,
go ahead, please.
To even look at that round previously, ahead of the timeout, whether or not that's the round the Na'Vi are looking to get proactive. Go exploring and try and disrupt Vitality a little bit with that 4-player stack towards the B side of the map.
Just very fortunate time.
Well, unfortunate actually, because it happens in a round where Angel's immediately traded out. They don't really have the opportunity because Vitality then follow through on the pressure. Now they come in with a lesser purchase. They're not going to be able to employ that approach to this round.
Yeah, it seems like that might be the reason for that timeout now, to kind of consider what their next couple of steps are.
And it's always a red flag. You call the timeout, you expect the adaptation. The Vitality will be on red alert now. Getting pretty close to a full deck in terms of the ultimates for Na'Vi.
Yeah, CNED's really close, but Angel, I mean, no, it's not the end of the world, but the buy, yes, they have those 2 rifles. Sugetsu and Xiao will have those. This round, see if anything can be made from very little. Happy to take contact over towards the A site. Naturally, I feel like CNED wants to kind of backfill a little bit to this, a little bit of a deeper trip sent there by Angel. And there's the contact made. 1-for-1 trade out. Xiao still alive, but not for much longer. Vitality doing well here. Very diligent on approach. Sender really coming into his own in the last couple of rounds now. 3 more to find, and the 2 rifles have been removed.
Sender down to 30 though.
You should run.
Actually, investment of the lockdown here from Sender as well. Just to try and secure this. It's going to force Angel into a very uncomfortable position, but with Sender low HP, actually going to give across the weapon. Luckily, twisting there to remove that threat. So now a 2v3 presents itself for Na'Vi.
They didn't quite cross to the site before this, though. So, again, there's still a little bit of threat to this, but none got caught on the cross. So Zipan and CNED unable to make the most of that? Can't see that be a nuisance at all. Not really here. Yeah, still a lot of utility for Vitality to hold on to this. Destring a little stuck to where he is, but again, unless you're going to get a banger from Zipan, shouldn't be too worried. Not much to play with here. Yeah, just the classic for CNED. He has managed to slip a little closer on the side, but these are rifles. The flash is fantastic, but it will be controlled. Vitality actually losing 3 players, yes, but 2 stand, and the scoreline now all even, 10 apiece.
Yeah, like I said, to come through with these finances and to tie the game up at this point, Na'Vi actually up against the ropes in terms of the finances.
But they might have a snowball round now, right? They've got so many to play with.
Definitely not a comfortable position to be in. Vitality, again, they win this. They basically get map point in terms of Na'Vi being knocked back down to a non-existent purchase, to be honest with you.
Face your fear!
He's got to get away from that now. They're going to try and regain control over towards A main, and it's actually only 1 player on the other side of it, so they've got to be cautious on this one. Going to be held back. As Vitality will take towards the side, but they still have players here. They did not fully rescind by any means. Xiao's still amongst them, and Xiao's still thriving. 3 kills back to back. CNED holding off towards A main, leaving Destrian in such a bad position. Finds a fantastic first, and Angel absolutely lost. What? Where are they looking? Destrian! He almost got away with daylight robbery.
I think Angel looks up to where Zipan is there. A little bit of confusion in the fray, but massive opener from Xiao. Capitalizing on Sugetsu's Viper's Pit and the Snakebite, actually.
Yeah, look at this. You're absolutely right.
And shuts down Twister before he can cause any problems in the back lines as well. A crucial round win for Na'Vi.
That's what Tom.
Oh, was it? I wasn't even looking. Hello, Tom.
Oh, I think he waved. Oh, shrugged. Okay. Well, Bone Cold started quite nicely this time. Just decides to take a straight fight against CNED and actually wins it. Fair enough. 5v4 beginnings. Now, we're still seeing the Bulldog for Angel. We're still seeing a couple of bits and pieces missing from what Na'Vi would have wanted, even with this round advantage. Ult there for Destrian as well. Huge to bring in. Bone Cold, 1 away. Not a million miles off from Twiston. He's hiding. Goodbye. Where's Mitch? Feels weird seeing one of you, not both. No, I'm sorry.
That's a beautiful trip, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, on the tower towards B.
Angel's been in like a class. He's been deep on the TikTok grind.
In the custom game dungeon, yes.
2 noted off that.
Staring each other down here.
Oh, this is going to be fun. We've got 4 players on the side. Here comes that ult.
It doesn't catch Zipan.
How does it not even find Zipan? Was he too close to the wall? What? It doesn't matter! Zipan with a monstrous spray. Angel alive and kicking this round. Leaves Sender irrelevant to it. Locked off towards Dish, and what a way to play it. You thought that ult would have been golden there.
I think Destrian's posted right up against the wall.
So it just skips that little bit.
It just misses Zipan.
That's devastating for them. They walk through with full intention of it being cleared, or at least being a favourable scenario.
Wow.
Not the case. And now 12 for Na'Vi. Vitality. This is going to be a heartbreaking loss potentially here.
It really is. Again, shown so much promise here in the second half once again.
Yeah, unaffected.
I mean, again, he should never get 3 from this position. Even being missed off the Rolling Thunder. And a sigh of relief from Zipan.
That's upsetting. And now to try and regain what they had for so many rounds. They were doing so well for so long. Vitality brought this game back. It was looking like this was going to be their map for some time, quite genuinely.
Problem being as well, everything but the pit available for Na'Vi. And on the side of Vitality, I don't even think they're going to be able to stretch to the 5th rifle. Be a Guardian or a Bulldog at best for Destrian. As we come into round 23 and Na'Vi on 12. That snowball round we were alluding to could be on the cards here.
Could be. This is the big round for Vitality. It's either GG or maybe they can draw this game out. They've done so well this half to pull it back.
Twiston going to go for the operator here.
Oh, we hadn't seen much impact with it really from him this map. Oh, big investment, Brave. Really dangerous, but you're right. God, there's so many ults against them. Just zip hands. CNED's annoying. Showers is very valuable. Angel's got his as well in case maybe it finds some value, but Bone Cold's got his online. Is there anything they can do to make this work? Twiston taking those first couple of cautious steps forward. A little bit of contact made towards 8. Nothing much. Yeah, that Guardian pedestrian. But look how much space Twiston's getting.
We've given a number of angles to explore, but Angel now toying. Okay, I was going to say toying with the idea of stacking up behind the smoke, but Twiston actually won off the showstoppers. Yeah, he will swap out here. Wants to try an entry as best he can with the blast packs.
Only got 1 to implement.
No kill trip here though for Angel.
No. Here we go. Does Angel succeed? Yes, he does. He holds him at the door, taking down Twiston, who's been such a catalyst for this side. And Navi's starting to thrive here. Bone Cold does find his victory on the site, so a plant is feasible, but they need to shore up this site. And you just heard it, the ult gets popped. CNED takes a little bit of a tour around, calling it out. Paranoia hits, oh dear, it's all in motion, perfection from CNED. Bone Cold is still trying to hold on to this though. He's making something out of nothing, but can he keep this up? CNED, oh, he's got him! Bone Cold, he's not done just yet. Morsey with the operator and a 2v2. They should have time for a plant here. Smoke just to cut off, allow maybe Bone Cold to step. He's off HP, and it's precarious.
Oh, the reveal missed. It bounced back on him.
Is he walking the smoke? No, okay, I was looking towards Sugetsu there. I was a little worried. Shout, commits, and now there's problems. Bone Cold surrounded, and he's dead. Sugetsu with the heartbreaking strike at the end. Na'Vi defuse right in front of Vitality. After such a good half from them, it falls to pieces.